It's finally been revealed when Deadpool and Wolverine takes place. We have new footage that was shown at Cine Europe recently. Plus, we have some new details about Deadpool and Wolverine and a new rumor that is going around that says that we're going to have a very particular cameo appearing in Deadpool and Wolverine, a major Marvel character of not only the Infinity Saga, but also the multiverse saga as well. And this rumor has some credit to it based off of what this actor said last year. Let's get into it. Now, to start it off, if you didn't hear, Ryan Reynolds confirmed that filming is done for Deadpool and Wolverine. They have completed all of the filming needed for the movie. They started doing reshoots not too long ago, but don't worry, they didn't do these reshoots because something was wrong with the movie. I know we've gotten a lot of that from Marvel Studios recently, like Captain America: Brave New World basically being completely or almost completely rewritten after they had already filmed a good chunk of the movie. So they rewrote the film and went back and did a ton of reshoots, basically reshooting almost the entire thing. That was not the case for Deadpool and Wolverine. It's pretty much been established that they basically wanted to throw some more cameos in the movie and add a few more scenes and just do some minor touch-ups to some scenes they've already shot. They weren't redoing the movie or reshooting a bunch of scenes because of script changes. So don't worry about the reshoots, they basically just did them to make the film even better than it's already going to be. Not only are the reshoots done, but the post-production for the entire movie is reportedly done as well, and it was announced that the film is ready. And this is coming from Ryan Reynolds himself. He posted a story to Instagram that stated, "And that's all she wrote for post-production. Feels like a million years of work went by in a blink. Sitting next to this guy made it all so sweet. Hard to walk away." And it's a picture of him and Sean Levy. It's very touching, but now we know the movie is ready. So that's done, and right when they announced that the filming was done, the reshoots are finally finished. Total Film came out with an article about Deadpool and Wolverine, which had Sean Levy, the director of the film, talking a little bit about the film and revealing some new information to us. One thing he stated in the Total Film interview is that it takes place 6 years after the last film. He's proving to be useless at selling cars, hawking Blind Al's blood pressure meds to make rent, and his beloved Vanessa has a new boyfriend. Now, what's really interesting about this is that they did show new footage, like I mentioned, at Cine Europe a couple of days ago. Variety was there, and this is what they reported they saw. They said, with just 34 days until the third installment in the R-rated Deadpool franchise is released on July 26th, that's really exciting. I didn't realize only 34 days left. They say an extended scene was shown in which Ryan Reynolds' Wade Wilson is seen living a quiet life among his friends, including fan favorite Peter, with Rob Delaney reprising his role from the second movie. And oddly enough, it sounds like that was really all that was shown as far as footage is concerned. It sounds like a lot of the promotional material for the movie is basically just based off of the beginning, which is really awesome. Like, if you think about it, everything that we've really seen has just been basically just a repeat of the same scene over and over again. Just a little bit more of that scene gets added each time we get a new look. But it's confirmed that this beginning scene, when this starts, it's going to be 6 years after Deadpool 2. And we know that Deadpool is no longer Deadpool. He's retired. And now Vanessa has a new boyfriend. One thing that we're really wondering is what the heck happened to Deadpool between the events that took place in Deadpool 2 and now. Like, the post-credit scene for Deadpool 2 was him time traveling and changing a lot of timelines. And that's what we thought the TVA was going to be after him for, and that may be a part of it, but now we know they're after him for something else. But the beginning of this film, and actually a good majority of the film, is still shrouded in a lot of mystery. And Marvel Studios right now is doing a great job of showing us really kind of the beginning and talking about the beginning without actually giving anything away. So kudos to them for keeping most of this movie a secret. However, like I mentioned, there is a pretty big rumor going around right now. And the rumor is that Doctor Strange is going to be appearing in Deadpool and Wolverine. Now, this is coming from a scooper called Scoop Russ, and a lot of other scoopers online have been retweeting this, but a lot of these scoopers are new, so definitely take it with a grain of salt. It's not confirmed in any way, it's just a rumor right now. However, as I mentioned in the beginning, the actor did say something that leads everybody to believe that this is true. Benedict Cumberbatch last year in July of 2023 said that he is going to be returning to the MCU. And he specifically said it would happen next year, and he said that in 2023, so he was speaking about 2024. On the JW3 speaker series, he stated when talking about his return to Doctor Strange, there are some Marvel capers in the making next year. Now, considering the fact that Deadpool and Wolverine is the only film coming out in 2024, this does make sense that he would be in the film. Plus, not to mention, let's remember what his main job really is: protecting reality. And Deadpool has already tampered with a lot. Again, going back to the post-credit scene for Deadpool 2. And now we know that a lot of stuff is going to be happening in Deadpool and Wolverine. The multiverse is obviously going to play a huge part in it, not to mention time travel as well. And again, a lot of people really think that Agent Paradox isn't such a good guy, so we'll have to see what's going on with his role in the TVA. But basically, reality is definitely going to be threatened in Deadpool and Wolverine, so it would make sense that Doctor Strange would be involved in some way, shape, or form. And I have a theory about this. If he does appear, I don't think it's going to be like we think it's going to be. And that is because of the ending of Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. In the post-credit scene, Doctor Strange went with Clea. It looks like they went to the Dark Dimension, and as far as we know, he's going with her to help her fix an incursion. We're told that the Black Priests are going to be involved though, and this is a group that Clea is a part of, and in the comics, they are multiverse travelers. So based off of this information, and even if the Black Priest information isn't true, we do know that Doctor Strange went with Clea. Based off of that, we know that Doctor Strange isn't really going to be around, especially since Sean Levy did confirm this is going to take place 6 years after Deadpool 2. That means it's taking place in 2024. And according to the Marvel Cinematic Universe and official timeline book, which is an official book from Marvel, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness takes place in the fall of 2024. So the big question right now is, and I think this will determine if Doctor Strange can even show up in Deadpool, is does Deadpool and Wolverine take place before or after Multiverse of Madness? Because if it takes place after Multiverse of Madness, which I think it does, then we know Doctor Strange is busy with Clea right now and most likely won't show up in Deadpool and Wolverine. But if he does show up, I believe it will be a different variant. And the reason is, we've heard a report that the sling ring that Cassandra Nova has in Deadpool and Wolverine in the trailers that we've seen, the report is that she got that from a Doctor Strange variant. She either killed him and took it, or took it and sent him along his way, but we do know she gets a sling ring because she does open up a portal that we see Deadpool and Wolverine jumping through. So if Deadpool and Wolverine happens after Multiverse of Madness, I'm assuming that the Doctor Strange that is going to show up is indeed going to be a variant and not our main Doctor Strange that we're used to. And another reason I believe that this is the way it's going to play out is if they had Deadpool and Wolverine set before Multiverse of Madness and had him cameo in Deadpool and Wolverine, that would mean he knew about Deadpool and all these multiversal events before Wanda, the Scarlet Witch, and America Chavez, and basically the entire event of Multiverse of Madness. He knew about Deadpool and possibly the multiverse travel with him and the TVA, etc., before this big battle over a multiversal child took place. And it's not exactly a plot hole, but one would think that he would reference what happened with Deadpool. I think the only way it would work if this happened before is if Doctor Strange perceived Deadpool not as multiverse traveling, but simply just time traveling. Either way, it does get kind of messy, so I'm assuming that Deadpool and Wolverine takes place after Multiverse of Madness, which means, if that is true, we should see a variant of Doctor Strange if we do end up seeing Doctor Strange in the film. Remember, it is a rumor as of right now. It's not confirmed, and some insiders are saying it's true and some are saying it's not true. So take it with a grain of salt, but one could easily see how Doctor Strange or a variant of Doctor Strange would be involved or try to get involved with everything that's happening. Unfortunately, it sounds like Doctor Strange ran into Cassandra Nova and probably fought a battle and lost. Whether we see that or not, who knows? But if this is true, let me know your thoughts about it in the comments down below. And of course, let me know how excited you are for Deadpool and Wolverine. Let me know in the comments, and please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any of the latest MCU news. You can find us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And as always, thank you all so much for watching. Woof woof.